Solo Leveling episode 4 was definitely something. But before that, I have a question for you guys. Did you guys pray today? Did you pray? Cause if you didn't, I might have to dig you. Oh, finally the snake fight is here. This is definitely the best fight yet, or all in all the best animated episode, but I still do think episode 3 is the better directed one overall, with some great shot composition, visuals, and also the compositing was also a step up for that episode. Episode 4 adapted chapter 13 to chapter 17. Also, I didn't realize when I was looking at the manhwa that the goblin part where Jinwoo was fighting from the last episode wasn't even a thing, so that was a cool anime original scene. I know the anime is more lenient on the novel, but I don't want to read just words. The fuck? But anyway, I really do adore this adaptation. The team is not just coloring the manga panels, they're actually rearranging scenes and adding original scenes to the mix so that it's a more immersive watch to the anime onlys, like introducing other characters very early. This episode was directed by Toru Hamasaki, but the A part was storyboarded by Ikuro Morimoto. His part stopped when Jinwoo was going to go down the staircase, and the king himself, Yoshihiro Kanno, storyboarded part B, who is also the action director for Solo Leveling. Kanno has always been a pivotal part in most shows he's worked on, while also being an exceptional action storyboarder and animator. Part A definitely had its moments with some nice cuts here and there, but can be limited at times, having some great visualizations like the blood on the sword reflecting on Jinwoo's face because he's strong now, so the blood is on the sword rather than his face. I may be reaching, but if it's intentional, good. And matching his movements to his current skill, realizing that he's light so that he can move faster because of the added strength, while also having a more sexier jawline like Bochi. This is just a nitpick, but I wish they added the purple lightning like in the manhwa. You can see the tone shift when it's Kanno's part, the different color shades on the staircase. I know he's in the deeper part, but the sound design really sells the atmosphere, the gust of wind breezing through, the water droplets, and the CG backgrounds. The CG backgrounds were really used to its full potential, so it can keep up with Kanno's ambitious action boards. Also, they skipped a couple of scenes. To be honest, it was really good that they skipped some of these because one of them was just a meaningless conversation between the hospital staff wondering why Jinwoo hasn't come back yet. It would have probably disrupted the fight. They also had some original scenes for the fight, like the train, him being underwater, and probably a lot more. The CG backgrounds is also good, making some very dynamic shots, and also it's composited very good. Probably most people didn't know that the backgrounds were CG because they're brain dead. I did check and the CG is full in-house by A1 themselves. It's also very impressive that again, the snake is 2D and most of the time it's quite detailed while also composited very well because some creatures can have absolute dog poop textures in some other animes, but this is simple but pops at the same time. I need to give props to Jinwoo's VA, Taito Ban, again killing it. He also made Jinwoo sound more mature at the end of the episode. I know, a VA being versatile. Crazy. Sawano also, goddamn man, the music is so good. The snake moved quite a lot. Hirokatsu Maruyama sequence looked a bit limited, but after that it was very good. Having the snake flare around in a mix of 1s and 2s with Maruyama's snappy timing. The storyboards are great, very dynamic. His smearing work too, making scenes having that weighty feel to it with his running and tumbling around. Also background animation. Again, the compositing, mixing the 2D and 3D aspects is seamless. This cut, the 2D effects mix so well with the CG water and impact frame, some nice perspective shots, and also this slow-mo cut is fluid as hell. The drawings are very strong. Some of the Genga was drawn by Kanno himself, so that's probably why. Also, the detail on Jinwoo's neck here, you can see his Adam's apple sticking out, and of course the drawing with his hair up, so hot. I mean clean. This animated zoom out is pretty good. It literally didn't melt and the snake is drawn differently every frame. Nice dogo work. Takashi Tori did most of this while Yoshihiro Kanno did the last couple of scenes, and also Yoshihiro Kanno did so much work while also storyboarding half of the episode and also probably supervising some of the action scenes and doing some of the Genga. Like this guy probably had some Zawardo shit and stopping time because this shit shouldn't be possible. Like how Rushia divorced Mafuma. Again, the snake is constantly moving and the drawings are so strong. Jinwoo skiing on the snake, Tori's timing too, holding the cuts for a bit, then releasing it. And the CG background complements it very well. They also blurred the background a bit so that you can focus more on the action. You don't have to have the best CG backgrounds to make these dynamic shots. Like take this cut from Fire Force. The CG background is not the greatest, but it complements Shinra's movement so well and it's composite really well. Constant strong drawings on the snake and Jinwoo's expression this cut is my favorite. The camera is from the top, zooming into Jinwoo, and the snake is drawn in ones. Story is so good. This cut is particularly nice when Jinwoo gets hit by some rubbles. You can see him recollecting himself so that he doesn't fall from the snake. The jagged messy line work visualizing Jinwoo's expression and the snake struggling, kind of similar to what Kanno did with his Asuna scene in War of Underworld. Also, this cut where the snake flares around looks so good, and again the CG backgrounds adds to it, while also the body language that the snake was getting choked with some subtle shakes. Amazing stuff for Kanno. And yes, Jinwoo got a bit stronger. Just a bit. Nothing crazy. And also the dagger. After the snake, there's nothing much, but the texture on this monster looks so good. It's not overbearing. The sequence, nothing crazy. Flipping the sword looks cool, and the digital effects are nice. Junhei still can't get rid of her trauma, which is reasonable. Listen, Junhei is not supposed to be in the front lines. She's a healer. She should be in the back. And also seeing people getting chopped up is another thing, of course. The emphasis on Jinwoo's arm muscle is great too. I think they're really doing a good job with this adaptation. Again, it's not just here you become overpowered type fantasy. Of course, I can't lie, I'll still watch those type of shows. There was a lot of trial and error getting to this point, showing his resolve this episode, overcoming his trauma, keeping the mentality of these creatures are not even as strong as what Jinwoo's experienced, while also showcasing the power system more. Yes, he is a player. That means he has video game mechanics. It'll be interesting to see Jinwoo using the shop system and loot drops to his advantage. Also, people are saying that this is just the 4th episode. The animation is already this good. I'm a bit skeptical about the quality in the latter half. I mean, from the trailer alone, you barely see any stuff from after episode 4. You only got to see the latter stuff in the 4th trailer. Like, for example, the most obvious case being Chainsaw Man's trailer, only showing us the first 6 episodes. And it was pretty obvious when the show aired that the latter half of Chainsaw Man didn't look as good as the first 6 episodes. Of course, there was good episodes like with episode 8, 9, and Yoshiharu's episode. I forgot. I think it was 11 or 10 because those were prioritized more. I mean, if they're not finished with part 1 right now, then part 2 is doomed animation wise, but we just hope. And that's probably it. Great showing of action this episode. Jinwoo slowly evolving. Can't wait to see next episode. But yeah, if you guys like this video, leave a like. Hate it, leave a like, comment down below what are your thoughts about this episode. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time.